having fun, and a guy way across the room came up and said, man, I like what y'all talking about. Let me get in, let me have some input. And that's what's going to happen. Because, you know, again, by the end of the day, we're going to talk about you're the road. But we've got to study it. We've got to hang out with people. And just driving the other day, the Lord said, you know, tell them this for me, Brian. I said, man, you're giving me too much. Desmond didn't give me enough time. You better talk to him. But it is, when we talk about acts, you know, the acts that we do daily or even at work, and you are only as good as your last action. You are only as good as your last job. I mean, whatever the job is, I could come in here and tell you guys, woo, I tore it up last night. That was great, right? I did a speech last month, I did some training. It was great. Them guys they were hungry. I gave them some stuff, man. They went back and made a lot of money. The businesses are booming. You guys you don't care how good my last speech was. All you care about is how good is it going to be right now. That's it. People don't, whatever you did yesterday or last week, that's over. They care about what you're doing right now. How good is your next movement? What's your next thing going to be? And each time it's got to be better and better and better. I wrote a quote years ago, and my buddy Ahmed just, you know, he keeps wanting to steal it or sell it or love it or something, but it's, you know, make today better than yesterday and tomorrow better than today. And that's it. But when you think about it and play it over and over again, make today better than yesterday, but then you got to make tomorrow better than today. So each day we just keep adding on it. And the only way, I mean, in all reality, all the stuff that I sell and teach and the programs that I do, it's still, man, and when I learned about this motivation stuff, I started getting all these books. Well, man, and I'm reading this book with Les Brown, you know, World's Greatest Motivator, you know, Live Your Dreams. And I was like, wow, man, that's tough. And then I read this other book, Anthony Robbins, and I said, well, man, Les Brown must have read this Anthony Robbins book. And then I read this Zig Ziglar book. I said, well, man, Anthony Robbins must have read Zig Ziglar book. And then I read this Og Mandino book. And I said, man, Zig must have read Og Mandino's book. And then I read this Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich. And I said, man, Og Mandino must have read Think and Grow Rich. And then I read this New Testament. I said, man, they must have all just read the New Testament. Because it was all the same, worded a little different. And then they made money off of it. I'm trying to do it too. but it's there. But it's there in a way that you got to read it, and then you got to read it again, and you got to get with somebody and you got to study it. So when these guys write these books, they make it a little bit easier for you, but that's not doing you a service. It's not doing you a disservice either. It's kind of help you, but we need all of it. You can't get enough of it. We need all of it, because you got to get in deep. You got to keep going over it and over it and over it. So, so you think like tomorrow, when for 3 years when Jesus walked around and touched so many people. And a lady sent me an email yesterday. Actually, the lady I'm speaking for in Nashville. She sent it out to everyone. But it was a little video, just these pictures and some sayings. But it just really hit home because it talked about, here's a guy Jesus didn't own a house, had like a pair of clothes, didn't hold office, didn't run for nothing. But all the wars, all the government, all the kings, everybody, you combine them all, in this short amount of time, 3 years, the impact that he's had. I mean, that tells you something right there. But as he walked, each thing that he did was a little bit more impressive. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, he was sick, but you made him well. What you going to do today? He was blind, but now you made him see. What you going to do today? All right, well, he was a cripple, and you made him walk, but what you going to do? Each time, a little bit more. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more. And you say, this last ran for nothing. Right? I mean, he stood there and said, boom! Took it off. Took it off. And just when you think you can't do no more, I can't go on. Give me some more. Say, go deep. Right. Somebody say, go deep.
Go deep.
I ain't got no time. You got to talk to Pastor Desmond. We need more time. I can't do it. Raised him from the dead, walks around, starts teaching more. It don't get no better. It's finished. It's finished.
It's finished.
It ain't even get better than that. It's finished. But that's what we got to do every day. Is we got to make today better than yesterday, tomorrow better than today. We got to touch more people. And we get with these groups, and when we connect, and it's because we're the road. It's because we're the road. We're the road. I did an event. Anybody heard of Les Brown? Motivational speaker. He's all over TV. Was married to Gladys Knight. Had a TV show for a while. But I did an event with him in Detroit. He had a big old picture. There was a billboard. And my little picture was down here. I didn't care. I was just happy to be there. But I was on the elevator and going up to my room, and the guy was on the elevator with me, and he's going, hey, you're speaking tonight. He was trying to remember my name, but he couldn't. He goes, you're speaking tonight, right? I said, yes, I am. He goes, well, I ain't gonna be there. I said, what? I said, what, you sticking me? What you just picking on me? He goes, no. He goes, I read your bio, and I heard you talking about that mental martial arts stuff. He goes, man, I wanted to, but I'm not going to be there because I got to fly out early. He goes, and yours is one of the main ones I wanted to hear, even more than lessons. He goes, but we're on the elevator. You got 2 minutes. Tell me something to change my life. And the elevator stopped on the floor that I was getting off on, and I stepped out and I grabbed the door and I said, man, I don't need 2 minutes. I said, I need 2 seconds. I said, you want to change your life? Change your friends. And I stepped back and let the door shut. And then I went like this. I wish I hadn't said that. Why'd you let me say that? I didn't even say that. Because in my head, I knew I got some people that I probably shouldn't be hanging around with. Because and everyone in, you got your cell phone, and thank goodness for caller ID, right? Because when the cell phone rings, and you're looking down, you go, oh, I can't answer that right now. Oh, no, I was in a great mood. Oh, ring, it's still ringing. You're going, oh, man, no, things are too good. Not now, but you have to because it was my wife. So that's all right. But there's a lot of phone numbers on there that we should probably delete. And I'm telling this story at an event, and it always gets a laugh. And I'm at the table, in the back table, and we're all there I think just at that time, my wife was there, and my youngest, actually my middle daughter, was here last night singing. Did anybody hear my 15-year-old sing last night? Yeah, man. I remember my emotions on my sleep. I wanted to cry last night, but I had a pink shirt on, so crying and pink shirt. You can't do both in one day. You got to separate the two. But I think she was with us at the time, because we were in the back selling CDs and stuff. And my wife said, you can't keep telling that story. You change your friend, change your life. I said, what, about the cell phone and you calling? She goes, no, that's funny, keep telling that. I said, all right. She said, but change your life, change your friends. She goes, I know you too well, and I know the people that's in your life that you're probably referring to. She said, and you're the only positive thing in their life. And without you, they wouldn't have any positive influence. I was like, ooh, it's like hitting below the belt. I said, she goes, yeah. She said, now the people that come to your events and you're speaking with, she said, they're a lot like you. She said, and the people that need them the most are the ones that you're probably having them second guess hanging around. I said, wow. I said, why'd you give me her? Can't you give me somebody that just follows? Can't you give me somebody that just, I gotta give me one that talks back and makes sense. Because when they talk back and they don't make sense, it's okay. But when they make sense, you say, man. I said, but yeah, she goes, I said, you're right. I said, so now, I add to that story, but I say, we can't leave them by themselves. But what anytime that we're connecting with them or we're fellowship with them, but when we're just, hanging around them, is we can't let them pull us into their lifestyle. Right. We can't let their conversations become our conversations. The Bible even says, his thoughts are not your thoughts. Their thoughts cannot be our thoughts. See, the only thing God gave you 100% total control over is your thoughts. That's it. I'll teach my all-day seminar on mental